What are you passionate about? Today I want to talk about why passion is such an amazing thing, how we can tune into that, how I believe there's a range of things that can be passions, and we often think that you're meant to have a singular passion in life, but actually you can have all sorts of different things be your passions. So an example of what I'm passionate about is making these videos. I love talking about reality, psychology, philosophy, just questioning things in general. Why do people do things? Why are things the way they are? How can we shift our perspectives to benefit us? And I've always enjoyed talking about this with friends. I've always enjoyed researching it online. And that's something that I didn't truly accept was a passion just because I had a preconception of what passion means. The reason I didn't accept that is I thought if I was truly passionate about it, then I would surely study psychology or study philosophy and things like this. In reality, what I'm passionate about is the play of questioning. It's the play of wondering. It's my own truths that I know from my experience. And I speak from within. I speak with authority because I've experienced these things myself. Now, what does that mean? It means I'm not telling anyone to do anything. When you speak your truth and you tune into that, then naturally things resonate with other people because we've all had experiences where we piece things together and we've ended up coming to a similar conclusion, or hearing someone's thoughts and perspective will unlock something inside of you, essentially resonating with you. So then we're attracted to their content, we're attracted to things they speak about. So for me, part of making this channel has been embracing that this is a passion of mine. I love talking about things and discussing in general. It's common that people think you have a singular passion in life. So then they kind of wonder, what is my passion? What am I passionate about? I think a misconception is that you have a singular passion in life. Maybe someone thinks, oh, that person knows they've always wanted to be a singer and that's their passion, or this person's always wanted to be a chef and that's their passion. In reality, we're passionate about a range of things on different levels, right? So I would consider one of my passions spending time with the people I love because it's important to me and it tunes into that same part of myself that I'm tuning into now when I make this video. You open that flow where you're no longer thinking, you're just being, right? And out of you comes, and then from you, whether it's speaking or whether it's doing or whether it's just being, actions are coming from you that are truthfully part of that creative flow. It feels right. So right now, I'm not thinking of what I'm planning to say to you. It's just coming out. And when you really pay attention, when you're doing something you love, when you're doing something you're passionate about, you'll notice that you're so present. And that's why we enjoy these things. It could be football. It could be that you love baking. It could be that you love going on a walk. But all of these things bring us into the moment again. We feel like we're flowing, we're being, and it's true and it's authentic to us. So with this perspective, notice what you're passionate about. There can be a complete range, right? You can begin to bring those things into your lifestyle and how you live. If you're wondering what your passions are, if you think you need to figure them out, I would say don't hunt them down. Don't try and track them down. Let them come to you, okay? Remember experiences you've enjoyed. Maybe you enjoy being someone who's selfless, and when you help someone in your day-to-day life, you feel fulfilled. Then in that case, maybe explore volunteering. You can almost definitely look for volunteering work that aligns with something you enjoy anyway. And then you're going to have this kind of coming together of being. You're putting yourself in a space where you get to experience that passionate flow more often. If you feel like you're struggling a bit at the moment and you're in a haze, maybe you're escaping a lot, whether that's through staying constantly busy or it's through substance use or games or whatever it might be. It's going to be harder for the passions to come to you because you're constantly distracting yourself, right? You're not feeling how you truly feel. That comes to us when we're rested. That comes from a relaxed nervous system. And by constantly distracting and being switched on to things and numbing, you're contorting your gut feeling. Your intuition is being drowned by these distractions, and you're not going to naturally feel a pull towards what it is that you want to do and what you want to experience. I'd recommend easing off of those things if you can notice them. And of course, I'm not saying it's that easy to do, but I've noticed that when I try and stop something out of being manic, telling myself I need to stop this now, or I need to do this, or maybe you've had a goal and you want to get really in shape, so you suddenly decide to do 100 push-ups now, you're acting from a place of impulse. So even though you think, okay, finally it's time, I'm going to lock in and do this thing that I've always wanted to do, or maybe you work all night long, you will burn out and inevitably you slip back into the same cycle because it's not coming from a place of stability within you. You can't build something that lasts if the foundation is not stable. So a more stable way of approaching that, for example, essentially comes from surrender, a more surrendering to the now, surrendering to the moment, not constantly fighting with it and grappling with it and thinking there's something more that if you just keep going, you're going to get. Because nothing great that lasts has a foundation that's unstable. And how would you build from a stable foundation? You have to act from a place of calm. You have to act from a place of stillness within you and truth. So if you did have that goal of getting in shape, you could start making a plan. Calmly get out a piece of paper, maybe figure out what you're going to eat on certain days, which days you'll exercise, which days you'll rest. Is it a 6-month game plan? See what I'm saying here? It's about having that vision that these things are steady. Nothing good in life happens instantly, and things that do happen instantly, that's why they give us such small hits of dopamine, and then we end up in these loops. Anything that's worth it in life has a payoff period. You have to invest, and the investment can be enjoyable. Remember, you're living your life. So is it worth it for you if you live years, months being unhappy for a hopeful eventual payoff that's gonna make you happy? Will it make you happy? The reality is all we have is now. So if you're not changing, if you're not making the decision in this moment, you are essentially lying to yourself. There's no tomorrow, there's no the weekend, there's no next year. All you have is now. And even that isn't a guarantee because we don't know what's going to happen next, right? Being in a state where you can embrace the now is part of being passionate. You're accepting and you're letting the thing that makes you feel alive fill you until it spills over. Other people will notice this. If you talk to someone who's passionate about something, it starts to light something up in you. You naturally become more interested in the topic they're talking about, and it's admirable to see. Some people recoil from passionate people because it holds such a clear mirror to them that they're not engaging with their truth. They're not engaging with the part of themselves that they're passionate in. Really, you want to be passionate about life because that's what you're experiencing. That's our shared experience. And when you're passionate about that, you're letting yourself be open to the potential. We have no idea what's going to happen next, but are you going to try and embrace it when you can? This doesn't mean pretending to be happy. This doesn't mean feeling good because of dopamine sources all the time. It's tuning in and being and embracing the things that come up, fulfilling you and fulfilling those around you. Maybe you enjoy cooking, but you've just never truly tuned into that. You could start experimenting, trying different dishes, put some music on when you cook. Really embrace that part because that's a passion that you have. This is a misconception I had that led me astray, is thinking that your passion is going to be this one thing that you do, and that's exactly who you are, and it's what makes you you. And that if you don't have that now, that maybe someday you'll come across your passion, but some people never figure it out. You can have passions, and your passions are an array, and when you start to become aware of them, you integrate them into your life and into your routine, and that's how you live a life that's full. Instead of being obsessed with a singular one thing, you're going to have these different activities that open you up in that way that makes you true and loving and authentic and feeling full and brilliant. Really, you want to have friends who are also passionate. They're passionate in different things, because then you get to have this true experience of different people's passions coming together, and you connect on the grounds that you're all just people who are open. You're open to the experience of life. You're passionate and you embrace the passion instead of shunning it. Okay, and this is why I have so much admiration for people who just embrace their passion and they're just open and they go for it and they're all about it, which is why it's important to be more aware that you have those passions as well. It's going to be harder for them to show themselves if you're living in a way that you're aware of isn't serving you and you keep living in that cycle. As I said earlier, your internal compass is off. So the passions and the things that actually make you feel alive, well, if you're numbing yourself from feeling alive, you're of course not going to notice what they are. So you want to come back to a gradual baseline of just being and being okay and living. And then you're going to notice the things that naturally fill you up. And that's when you can start tuning into them and experiencing the beauty of life and what life has to offer for you and what's in store for you, right? That's what's exciting. This is the exciting thing about life, is anything can happen. Anything will happen. If you don't believe this, I've had such pessimistic, nihilistic view in the past growing up, so I know how much your perspective can change. That's why a lot of the videos I make are about perspective change, because I've shifted it in a way that stopped me being in a cycle of essentially deep depressive thoughts. Look at other examples. You can prove it to yourself. Look at people who've turned their lives around. Just Google people who have turned their lives around at different ages, people who have come from different experiences. Google some of the most crazy things to happen. Are you aware that you're alive right now? You're a conscious being, witnessing and having an experience. Is that not already probably crazy enough? If we statistically work it out, you're existence, the chance of you watching this video technically is impossible, yet it's happening. And as it's not just happening, you're tuning in. There's things happen in your life, synchronicities, things tie together. It's all connected, everything is one. So are the chances that everything is just a random mess, that just chaos has just occurred and we somehow have aligned here and nothing has meaning? Or are you starting to realize and connect the dots and see that there's more to this than meets the eye of the lens of skepticism? That's up to you to decide, but it's important to leave yourself open. Leave yourself open to the possibilities of life, or the possibilities of your own life, and do it for the best of you. Do it because you want the best for yourself. You want to have the most fulfilling, great experience. And, be passionate, be loving, be open. You're going to feel much more aligned in the things that you do in life. So yeah. All right, guys. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. I did record this once already and I thought it went so well. And the audio and the microphone wasn't plugged in properly, so the whole audio just wasn't there. And I just sighed and I was like, okay, it's fine. We'll do it again. And I think this has gone fine. I think this video has been good. So yeah, but thank you for watching and I wish you all the best. So yeah, I'll catch you again soon. All right, bye-bye.